What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be discussing ChatGPT, prompt engineering. This is exciting stuff. This is an exciting time that we're living in. And I believe right now people use ChatGPT in very generic, unintelligent ways. And I'm saying this honestly. Um, you know, that's just how we are as a society. And I'm part of the problem. Is that we're lazy thinkers, and so when you enter lazy questions, you get basic answers. And I'm here to tell you that you probably already know this, but I want you to wake up that ChatGPT is highly intelligent. It can do phenomenal things if you learn how to communicate with it. ChatGPT is like an alien AI civilization. It's not just one person. Think of it like a whole civilization. And so you want to learn how to effectively communicate with this alien civilization, but that requires you to learn how to communicate in general, learn how to communicate with yourself, know what you want specifically, clearly, accurately. And so, yeah, let's get into that. I basically want to help you tap into the insane potential of ChatGPT, AI, the the intelligence, bring that intelligence into your life in whatever kind of project you're working on, whether it's professional or personal. Okay, so let's get into the 6 principles for mastering ChatGPT and prompt engineering. So, yeah, why master ChatGPT and why master prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is the new programming. Um, we've had all these programming languages. Now, prompt engineering is coming about. It's a natural language that we communicate with AI with. And so, this kind of new programming language is just going to get more and more popular over time. If you listen to talks with Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, um, yeah, even he says that these programming languages will be used less and less, and prompt engineering with um, ChatGPT and these AI models will be used more and more, right? So it is an extremely critical skill. Just think about how much we pay programmers and developers. Um, so similarly, if this new programming language is coming about, this skill in general is highly lucrative, and so that means, of course, in getting a job, in making money, but also just if it's worth that much, it means it can provide that kind of value to your life as well, right? Like I said, I see this as a new AI alien civilization, you know, um, and it's a new kind of species, and you want to learn how to communicate with it effectively. You can't just expect that you're going to talk to your friend like how you talk to ChatGPT and get your desired result. In many cases, that's true, but this is just a mental model and how you want to think about it so that you can wrap your mind around the fact that you need to learn effective methods in how to communicate with AI. Okay, so what is ChatGPT? It is essentially a tool to help you achieve a goal, right? Any goal that you can think of. Get very specific with this goal. ChatGPT can help you achieve that. And so your entire life is spent achieving goal after goal, or at least trying to achieve goal after goal. So AI is meant to achieve goals efficiently and effectively. And so ChatGPT's function is to help you achieve goals efficiently and effectively. So again, you need to know yourself, know what you want, know how to communicate what you want. There's knowing what you want, but then there's also how do you communicate what you want with AI, and then how to get what you want, right? So you communicate with what you want, but then you have to know how to communicate with AI to get what you want, right? Um, so that's a separate distinction, but an important distinction. Um, yeah, and by mastering those meta principles, you'll get ChatGPT to accelerate your goals. You can actually literally cut down your learning curve by 90%. So if something takes you a year, a project takes you a year to achieve a goal, with many projects now with ChatGPT, you can achieve that in like a month. So that's incredible stuff. Um, Not all goals, of course, not all projects. Yeah, and like I said, this is slowly becoming one of the highest paying skills. So it's important. Okay, let's get into the principles of mastering ChatGPT and mastering prompt engineering. Okay, so I want you to think of ChatGPT like a Fiverr freelancer. You outsource to a Fiverr freelancer, so you can automate business processes by outsourcing to Fiverr freelancers, and get things done um, with this kind of outsourcing. So similarly, ChatGPT is an assistant. You outsource work to it; it will complete that work. But compared to a Fiverr freelancer, it's much faster. Like uh, it's just absurdly faster, way more effective, and it complains less, and it's free. So, but it kind of works in the same way as a Fiverr freelancer. So, first with a Fiverr freelancer, you provide your requirements. I don't know if you've ever um, done a gig, like gotten a gig done on Fiverr. Basically, you first provide your requirements, exactly what you want, the details. You answer some questions so that the freelancer knows what you want. You have to deliver what you want. So first you provide your requirements. So same with ChatGPT. You want to tell it the requirements of what you want, not just what you want. But so, for example, if you want um, an ebook written, you want to be specific about how many paragraphs in each section, how many sections, what kind of sections do you want, what kind of tonality of um, speaking do you want. So you kind of give it your requirements, and the more you give it, the more detailed and specific and accurate, the better. So then you give your requirements, ChatGPT delivers your service, and now that's so when you get your service back, it's not exactly what you want. It will never be exactly what you want. In many cases, that's good enough, and so you can roll with that. But if you really care about excellent work, what ChatGPT will give you back initially is not exactly what you want, right? And same with a Fiverr freelancer. They're going to give you some output, but that is the delivery, but that is not exactly what you want. So you're going to have to go through multiple revisions with ChatGPT, just like a Fiverr freelancer, to get exactly what you want. So every revision is a tweak, an iteration to move closer to exactly what you want. Okay, principle number 2: learn how to communicate your requirements with ChatGPT. Um, you want to when you want, like, say, let's go back to the ebook example. When you want this ebook done, you want to specify, okay, what is the length of the response? um, you know I want um, a 7 paragraph ebook. I know, just hypothetical for this case. Okay, creativity level. You can specify you want the temperature to be, let's say, zero point 0.2, which is not that creative. It varies between 0 and 1. So 0.2 is not that creative. 0.9 is highly creative. So you can specify that. You can tell it, give me a highly creative um, response. You can say, give me something so creative that no human has ever written that before, right? You can really express yourself here. Comprehension level. Often I tell ChatGPT to give me, like, in 7th grade reading language, because when people read an ebook or something like that, they want to understand it well. There's a common principle in writing or marketing, which is keep it simple, stupid, which is basically you want it to be very readable, digestible. And so 7th grade reading language is great. But of course, you can do any kind of comprehension level, but specifying that helps. Final format, like if you want a LinkedIn email done, you want to, specify the format. You can say, like, paragraph 1 will be like just kind of casual talk. Paragraph 2 will be, highlighting your specific skills. And paragraph 3, kind of like just an ending. And so you can specify that to ChatGPT, and, saying, this is the final format. This is what I want exactly. And it will take everything that you discuss and put it in a final format. And then any additional points would be key points. And these are all just examples. Ideas, any requirement that you have, you want to format it in a specific way. You say length of response, colon, and what is the length of response? And you just keep going through like that, rather than just spitting out paragraphs and stuff like that. Clarity, being clear, being organized is highly important for it to give you great answers. Okay, now I want to distinguish between, and this is just something it's another mental model. I like mental models and I think they're helpful, but it's not like this is the truth, right? Um, you want to distinguish between what I call default ChatGPT and highly intelligent ChatGPT. What most people use is default ChatGPT. What most people know about is default ChatGPT. They don't even know how intelligent ChatGPT can get. Because they haven't even tried going deep with ChatGPT. They haven't tried. Many people don't write intelligent queries. And then also, there's this thing going around on the internet right now where it's like, oh, this was written by ChatGPT, so it's not that good. That is because most people use default ChatGPT and it's boring. Of course, you're going to get basic answers if you're going to use default ChatGPT, but if you learn how to use highly intelligent ChatGPT, that is a world of difference. Again, like I said here, it's the difference between just a regular college student and Einstein, and I mean Einstein in any sense, like Einstein applied to any field, right? So default ChatGPT is generic, but highly intelligent ChatGPT can be highly creative, right? Default ChatGPT vaguely knows what you want, right? You enter a response. It's not going to know what you want. It's not going to be on that mental wavelength, right? That's critical. But it has the capability of delivering exactly what you want if you learn how to communicate with it properly. Um, Default ChatGPT is boring by nature. It has some emotion, it has some personality in the way it talks on the default level, but it's still boring. It's still lacking in emotion, lacking in human personality, right? But you can, again, program it to have any kind of emotion you can think of, like sadness, inspirational, motivational, and then it can vary in the depth of that emotion. You can make it highly inspirational, so inspirational, and then give it like some context of how inspirational, like Martin Luther King inspirational. You actually specify Martin Luther King inspirational, and it will know what you're talking about. Now it's on the wavelength of what you're talking about, right? And so, um, you want to make this distinction. Always try to access highly intelligent ChatGPT, and that comes from just knowing how to communicate with ChatGPT, being very specific, detailed, accurate. Yeah. Okay. Next principle. Um, Anytime you want a written piece, like an ebook, lyrics to a song, a guide, um, an outreach email. Say you want a curriculum for learning film. Um, that's like a written piece. I would call that a written piece. And before you get a written piece, you want to figure out the outline before it starts building out the written piece. Because if I tell ChatGPT, create me a sales page um, on toilet paper, it's it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be good. It's gonna mess up in all kinds of ways. It's not gonna be effective. It's like you might as well not just not get it done at all, right? So instead, you want to first outline the sales page with ChatGPT. Um, so that means like you figure out the structure of the sales page before it writes it out. So you're like, okay, you're like, I want the hook, I want the image here, I want benefits, and you discuss the structure. It gives you ideas for the structure. You refine the structure. You refine the structure outline, however you want to call it, and then you finalize the outline. Okay, so now I have an outline. I know that I want my song to first be located in the first paragraph of my song. I'm in Scotland. Second paragraph of my song, I'm talking to uh, this old lady. I don't know, right? Uh, you just define the outline. You finalize the outline with ChatGPT. Then you get each paragraph of the song built out by ChatGPT. You don't get it out all at once. You don't just tell it to write you a full song. You get like the first paragraph done, you refine it, get that first paragraph done, then get the second paragraph done once you're happy with the first paragraph. And you tell it to, you tell ChatGPT, what is the final first paragraph that you love the most? Once you finalize it, you tell ChatGPT, this is the final one, so that the second paragraph is in line, consistent with the first paragraph, right? So I'm just giving you ideas of how you should think about going about this. Um, you figure out the structure, choose the structure, refine the structure, um, and then, like I said, you build out each piece of the structure one by one, not all at once. And for each piece of the structure, you ask ChatGPT to give you like 10 diverse ideas, so that you can have different ideas to choose from. So, for example, if in the song, the first paragraph, you can, tell it like, give me 10 different first paragraphs of the song, and then you look at what ChatGPT outputted, and then you select from that 10. So the selection is more optimal, right? And then you move on to the next piece of the structure. Principle 5. We discussed this before, but I wanted to make this a separate principle, is learn how to ask high quality questions, right? This goes back to more meta skills. Creativity is an important skill. You master creativity, you master curiosity, and through that process, you master high quality questions. Um, and the quality of your question leads to the quality of your result. So that comes down to mastering creativity, journaling, philosophical thinking, asking questions. If you aim to master these over the years, that will greatly help in prompt engineering and ChatGPT. The quality of your output is directly proportional to the quality of your query. Directly proportional, that's the key word here, is the better your output. The better your query, the better your output. It's directly proportional. So the more you increase the quality of your query, the higher quality the output you'll get. And high quality output makes a world of difference in the results you get in life. And again, I made very specific points here, being detailed, intelligent, specific, clear, and accurate. Accurate is important too. It's like accuracy is truth. The more true something is, the more true your speaking is, the more true the output is. And true output, output that is aligned with truth is output that you want, right? Okay, last principle, explore ChatGPT in depth and breadth. So I like to think of ChatGPT as an ocean of profound mysteries. There's a lot in the ocean that we don't know about. And similarly with ChatGPT, it's such a huge model, and we do not know what's going on inside. And there's so much untapped potential. So you can go so deep in this ocean, by exploring ChatGPT very deeply, taking one thread and just going so deep with that. But you can go also wide. There's just so many types of use cases of ChatGPT. So the more you use it, the more you'll see what it can do for you. And lastly, I want to say that ChatGPT is capable of insane things. And this is real. It's capable of not just being an assistant, but also making breakthroughs and discoveries that we have not made as a society in forever, right? So it can make discoveries and breakthroughs in the medical field, in science, in military defense. And if it can do all this stuff, if it can make all these profound breakthroughs and discoveries, that means it is a pioneer. It can do amazing things. We don't really know what it's capable of. We'll know in 5-10 years. The more this advances, the more we use it. So, lead with this and really explore it and discover and pioneer. And you don't know where this is going to lead you if you really take this far. So yeah, that's it. If you guys like this, I will release more videos like this. If I do think it's profound, so I hope you guys like it. And if you want more content on AI, ChatGPT, and prompt engineering and all that good stuff, like the video and subscribe. That way I know to release this kind of content more. Okay, peace.